Let's say hello to Jalen Rose. He analyzes the NBA for ESPN. And the season before last, his final one in the league, his 13th season, he played for the Suns. All right, Jalen, Steve Kerr certainly knows this game. He's got 5 championship rings to prove that. His analysis was that we've got to play better defense here if we're going to play into June. Was that analysis the right one?
I think so. One thing you didn't mention when you talked about the past Phoenix Suns under Mike D'Antoni was NBA Finals and/or champions. So in Terry Porter's defense, he never got a chance to implement a style that could possibly win in the postseason because they fired him this early into his genre with the Phoenix Suns.
So the right analysis, but what, the wrong application, the wrong roster to try it with? Why didn't this work?
Well, ultimately, this Phoenix Suns team is not built to be a defensive team. Under Mike D'Antoni, it never established any depth, and it was an older team that only played 7 guys. So when you make a couple of changes because of financial responsibility, like letting Mike D'Antoni go to New York, like not re-signing Sean Marion, like potentially not re-signing Amare Stoudemire, all of these things point to a team that seems more apt to try to save money than a team that's trying to possibly win a title this season.
So right here, right now, what's the status of this team in terms of where they're expected to finish? I mean, are they realistically, right now they're not even in the playoffs, even though they're second in their division. Where do they fit into the league matrix right now?
Well, coming into the season, unless you were in the Phoenix Suns locker room, no one predicted this team to be a championship team this year. However, they should be a playoff team. I say probably 6th, 7th, or 8th seed in the Western Conference. And also to let Terry Porter go, when you're in the West and you're the 9th seed, you're only a week or so away from playing good basketball to possibly being in a 2nd or 3rd seed because it's just that close in the West.
To what extent, though, and I don't want to put these words into your mouth, but are we just rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic and then we're stopping for ice cubes up ahead? Because you've got 2 guys on the downside of their career, the calendar would say, in Nash and in Shaq, certainly guys going to the Hall of Fame, but trying to turn this roster into a defensive-oriented one. Is it not in the future for the Suns? They're just going to have to bite the bullet, blow it up, and start again?
I think so, but when you blow it up, because they will have to blow it up eventually, as you mentioned, Shaq is getting older, his contract is up after next season, same with Steve Nash. But you want to keep Amare Stoudemire. So whether you're Alvin Gentry or Terry Porter, this team still is looking like it's going to probably lose if it makes the playoffs in the 1st round. Possibly the 2nd round will be doing very good. But ultimately, not a championship contending team, regardless of who the coach is.
So does Amare Stoudemire stay? Is it your sense? What's your sense of what their attitude is towards him?
I think Amare Stoudemire stays at least through this season. You can't turn a bad situation worse. And making this decision to trade Amare Stoudemire while not getting players in return that are just as good will be doing that.
All right, Jalen Rose, appreciate your time. Thanks a great deal.
Thank you.